LabourNet is a social enterprise which is in the business of enabling livelihood. What does enabling livelihood means? There is a potential labor in our country which is around 510 million people, which is a workforce, out of which 85% of them are in the informal sector, which is around 400 odd million. In this 400 million, 40 million are in the construction sector, and they are the available labor which is working in various construction industry. Our job is to ensure this potential labor is gainfully and resourcefully employed by the means of skilling. If you look at the 40 million construction workers, hardly 2 to 3% of them are technically qualified. How do we get these construction workers to be technically qualified so that the big dream of building up 100 smart cities or making construction a GDP producing element comes in for the economy? It's in this context LabourNet and RMZ Foundation joined hands. If you look at any nature of a construction industry, 75 to 85% people are predominantly from rural India, which means for building various SEZs and various buildings and structures, you need this migrant population to come to a particular site. They are unskilled, they are just a pair of hands and legs when they come in. We need to understand and do what we call it as a pre-assessment, which is recognition of prior learning, where we understand at what level of skill sets these potential labor is coming in from the rural areas. Based on this understanding of whether they'll fit into for a masonry or a bar bending or a form work, we categorize them into batches and start them to train depending upon the needs of the contractors of RMZ. This is on the work side, so that at least they become potentially and gainfully employed to earn a 300 to 500 rupees per day. It is not just job which is important, because for a migrant population you need to ensure a holistic development and a holistic support, because he is coming from deep inside a Uttar Pradesh or an Odisha or an AP, etc. To enable livelihood, one needs to look at the solution very holistically. It is not just a skilling will enable a livelihood. What it requires for a migrant workforce is clean drinking water, it is clean shelter, right working conditions, safety standards to ensure he is rightly skilled to take it to the livelihood. It is in this context RMZ and LabourNet has worked together to create a better India and a better livelihood for this deprived masses.